Say it, Christian.
We are live.
Hey, we got
live.
buttons. There's
We got
so many
buttons.
buttons.
We got buttons.
Buttons. We got buttons. We got big announcements.
We do?
Do we not?
I think we got an ixnay on some of the big announcements. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, then we don't have big announcements.
Come
this
on, man.
is Slick and
Hey,
Thick.
what is
I'm Gerard Michaels. That's Mickey Gall. Christian's behind us. We are at the Podfinity Studios here in lovely Boca
See, we
Raton.
gave them some announcements from, about Podfinity. We were teasing that for a little while. You know what I mean? Big, exciting stuff. Now we got, we deliver on our announcements.
That's
the
true.
announcents get delivered.
They do
You know
get
what I mean?
delivered.
We don't tease announcements.
We're not
and
one of those
fucking-
people.
No, hell
Yeah.
no.
No.
You guys will see. But hey, what does ixnay mean?
X-nay means like.
But what does it like come from?
I don't
Like,
know,
because it's Pig Latin. Isn't that Pig Latin?
So it would be Nexa, right? Because
I don't know how to spell it. Christian.
pig Latin would be
Like you use like a thing and then you put like the first letter on the end.
Yeah, I don't know. X-nay.
Ixnay? I always thought it was ixnay.
Ixnay. Like nix it. Nix. Ixnay. That's it. It's nix.
It's Nix.
It's nix. Nix. Hey. Nix the.
Ixnay Pig Latin.
Yeah.
What is
Ixnay.
it? Yeah.
That's what it is. It's nix. Nix.
Well,
it.
let's confirm. I think you're right. I love that you.
we
You're like,
worked
it's
it out.
on. Put it out.
No,
We're
we
good.
did
We're
it.
good. We're
I
done.
figured it out. Why?
So,
It's like,
why
why
are
are you guys still checking
Well,
me
let's just
after
make
all this
sure.
time? You
Let's
know
just
I'm
make
right.
Sure.
Oh,
I'd like
man.
to confirm. Christian, it's way too long. Making
Oh,
look
you
like
want me
a
to read
fool.
it? Oh, I have it here.
Well, yeah, we can't read it, dude.
All right, here we go. Ready? 2 Pig Latin words that have entered into mainstream American English are ixnay or ixnay, the Pig Latin version of nix.
Hey!
You got it. God damn it, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. We got confirmation. This is the type of
Yeah,
podcast
this is
we are.
it.
We don't go spewing possible
No.
real shit.
Nah.
We fucking do our due
That's
diligence.
right.
And we make sure.
Yep.
All right?
We do diligence. Absolutely.
We do our due diligence.
We do. Hey, did you watch, for the first time in years, I watched Saturday Night Live last week.
Oh, you're going to talk about our boy Shane Gillis?
Shane Gillis.
I didn't see it.
You did
I
not see
fucking love Homeboy, though.
Oh.
I think he's fucking hilarious.
He's very funny.
I think he's great.
He plays like the frat dude, so I don't think people realize like what a brilliant joke writer he is. He's a brilliant joke writer.
I saw his his stand up I think is great.
Yeah.
I saw his him doing those sketches
Mhm.
and like he does like these little like subtleties where he acts like a retarded person.
Yeah, he plays the straight
Kinda.
man really well though. Like he just plays like the
He
normal guy really well.
He does, but he
Like the hyper concerned anxiety guy. He does real.
I,
Bob Isis. Very
yeah,
good.
yeah, that was good. You're right.
Yeah.
He does do a good in that. But I liked better I like the one where it's like Uncle Daycare. You bring all the uncles to daycare and he like has like a wolf shirt. He's like,
Gotcha.
like he's like very proud of it.
Yeah,
I think he's really funny.
He's
like,
very, very, very
"Wolves."
funny. Him, Gillian Keeves is very.
Yeah,
good.
no, he walks in
Very
the door
good.
and he's like,
Yeah.
like he's like, you guys ready to get
Yeah.
your socks knocked off?
One of the best when the plane's going down, so he calls up
Oh
everybody
yeah,
and
he's
they're
like,
like,
fuck you, you better bring your ass outside. You and me, I'm kicking your fucking.
"Oh,
yeah.
that's right, babe. Tomorrow, you better be there. I'll be there." Aren't you calling people? you love?
45 minutes, parking lot.
Exactly. Very funny.
Yeah.
So he goes on Saturday Night Live. It's a big moment for the culture.
Well,
as it
it's
were.
a big moment because he was booked for Saturday Night
Correct.
Live,
Yep.
and then they went back through his old podcast, which is certainly going to happen to me one day, and he got like canceled. It was absolutely a cancellation. He got
Yep.
fired from Saturday Night Live. Never got to do it. Had a thing.
They didn't.
Took
By
it
the
away
way,
from him.
they didn't go back through it.
Some
fucking
some
blogger,
loser. Yeah,
open
yeah.
micer who
Yeah.
who does comedy out in San Francisco, dressed as a bird.
Really? What a piece of hater.
Made a wow. Well done. The
I said haterade.
yeah, well, it didn't sound like it. Well done, Chris.
Yeah,
I
good
said
shit.
Chris is getting too good with that because you could say like normal things like, "Man, I really ate a big dinner." And it was like, no, it's dinner. I said dinner. You know, like it's like, whoa. You know, people are like, oh, short. Yeah, exactly. It could be, he's gonna have way too much power over us.
Hey,
But
you know what I call my black friends? Thank God, Christian. Thanks.
and
Thanks
that
for
risky
not-
moment of the day was brought to you by the.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Damn, thank goodness. He dropped the ball so hard. I'm throwing fucking beach balls over
a lot of
here.
people don't know this. At the old place that I was employed by, the old podcast there, Marcelo Hernandez, who is now pretty much the star of Saturday Night Live now.
Oh, wait. I seen that dude. Kim likes him actually. Thinks he's funny. He's like the Miami cat.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a Latino.
Yeah, he's like he's Marcello Rife. It's like Matt Rife with a tilde.
Yes, absolutely. He's yeah.
So he
Like, I
was,
know how to charm women.
oh yeah.
I know how to be like kind of cute and funny at the same time.
He was a writer over at Valley Timmy. He wrote for Adam Sosnick. He was like a ghostwriter for that. Yeah, and
I met Sosnick, cool guy.
yeah, nice guy. And yeah, so I remember we were like having a comedy conversation, and I was like, yeah, you're totally gonna make it, absolutely. He walks around. He's 125 pounds, and he walks around like 118 of its cock. Like, he's just one of those guys. He's confident, boy.
He's packing.
I don't know if he's packing or not, but he walks around like, he's like.
Successful people, for the most part, I think are packing.
Is that right?
I think, yeah.
Does girth count?
Yeah.
Oh, no, hey. Successful people are packing is what I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think so. I think it's a thing. I think, yeah. I've been in a lot of fighter locker rooms. We all pretty much got some pieces on
What's
us.
going on?
You know what I mean? It's just like it's because how are you gonna get in the cage and do that if you're not fucking got a little something extra? You know what I mean?
I do not know what you mean.
All right, in your baseball locker room, is there a bunch of little wieners in there?
No, how would one come to acquire this knowledge? I can tell you what every ceiling in every locker room looked like.
I've actually never seen another
Gerard
wiener.
showering.
No, there's actually.
From what I heard about your Dominican teammates, you might want to keep your eyes peeled in that freaking.
Dude, I got
shower.
crept on in a shower. Did I tell you guys that? already?
What?
I was at well, I actually shouldn't say the gym. Let me say. I was at and I was This is a true story. I was showering, getting ready to go over to my girl's house, and I got
very important
got a girl?
Very important.
went
part
over
of
to
the
my
story.
girlfriend's house. I was
You
actually
had a girlfriend?
I was
You wouldn't know her. She goes to another school.
at the time.
Okay.
So listen to this. So
R.I.P.
I was training for a fight actually. So I was in the sauna, go to the shower.
He's just humble bragging this whole story.
So I was training for a fight before I was going to bang one of my two girls.
I was watching my girthy cock.
It was like I was counting the veins on the shaft.
So, all right,
and,
so listen. So I'm showering and I'm doing the fucking. That's what made me think of it when you're doing this. So I'm doing this. I'm looking up. I'm fucking feeling good. I look down. I'm not kidding. And I see a hand with a phone come underneath my fucking shower stall.
What?
So I'm like, oh, they must have dropped their phone. They were picking up their phone. And then I'm like, wait, no, fuck that. So I open the door, and there's a kid. There's nobody around, so I just yell, if I catch you, I'm going to fuck you up. I just yell it to the whole locker room. But there's a kid across from me that's like, the shower's on. He still has his pants on, and he's fucking getting ready to shower. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. There's definitely
wait.
I got to tell you, at no point so far in this story did I know what was happening next.
wait. So this is making me a little frustrated. So someone has a phone under your shower stall.
Well,
how do you
I see
not
like
open the door?
I see like a hand come under, okay, and
How
then
do you
it
not
like
open-
it disappears really quick.
So how do you not
So I
get
whip
out very
open-
quickly and the person you
'Cause I
see the
was
person either
naked.
running away?
Because I was naked.
Okay. And shy.
So what?
If
And shy.
anybody sees
Naked
my
and
dick,
shy.
that's gay.
What?
So anyway, so okay.
Is
so
that the
10
I
rules?
think that
seconds
was what you were
pass.
trying to do to me earlier.
Yeah, is that the
actually,
rules?
So anyway, 10 seconds pass. I open the door. I can't. It's clearly this kid. So I'm like, hey man, I think somebody tried to take a picture of me in here. Like, do you mind if I look at the last, like see the last pictures on
Yeah.
your phone and make sure? And
You
he's
said
like,
that?
I swear to God, I said that. And bro, he was so weird. He was like, oh bro, I ain't gonna lie, I got hella shit on there. Blah 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 blah. Like literally, I'm not kidding. Those were his
all
exact
right,
words.
now I'm hitting you in the face, and yeah.
So I was like, should I just beat the fuck out of him here?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to do. So I told.
But I got to go fuck my girl.
Yeah. So I didn't really care that much. So I told management or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah. And some
You
other
let him
dude.
go?
Yeah. So some other dude in the locker was like, oh, that kid's weird as fuck. He was like creeping around me, this and that. So no real good ending, but that did happen to me.
Damn,
Cleveland.
you let him go?
That's the most Cleveland
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So what? He was like, bro, I got like mad weird shit on there, and you were just like,
he
all right.
literally goes, oh, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I got hella shit on there, and got like all weird, and I was like, Okay. What's your name? Then like I got his name. He gave me a fake name, and then I told management. They don't do shit. They don't care.
Right. All right.
So that's my story.
And then that guy locked up children in the basement all because you decided not to be a man.
Dude, the craziest part
Yeah,
is he was
you
younger
needed-
than me, so it threw me off.
Yeah, you need to get that phone, or grab him by his neck and make him type that shit in.
I
and,
thought about it, but
be like, yo, you're deleting mine.
Yeah,
like,
but
you're deleting
what
mine.
happens if I beat the fuck out of him and then get into his phone and there's no picture because he?
Well, he's got
deleted
hella
it?
weird shit in there.
Well,
So,
then he
like,
learned not to reach his hand under the. That's a thing,
Yeah,
by the way.
so
That
what's the
you know
worst
that's like a
case?
thing apparently in like in truck stops. It used to be like a big like gay man like meeting place, like closeted gays.
How do you know?
Because a congressman got caught.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
congressman got caught, and then apparently
Anthony Weiner.
nah, he was a pedophile.
Weiner was?
Yeah.
Weiner is.
Well, I don't know. He was sending salacious photos of himself to
he was
underage
he was
girls.
doing that to like everybody. Everybody was getting.
Yeah,
a
that makes it okay.
Wiener from Weiner.
That makes it okay.
You're right. It's still fucked up. You're right. But I almost feel like if you're right. I take it back. But
Your Honor, in fairness, I sent a dick pic to everybody.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it almost makes him not as much of a pedophile, just like a creep. You know what I mean?
Well, it's it's the Kevin Spacey rule, man. It's like I now
No,
choose
this is different. This is
to live
different.
my life as a gay man.
It's
It's like,
different. I
yeah,
would say
but about the
sending a
15-year-old.
Sending a picture is different from touching a girl. What both you get the fuck beat out of you.
Mm-hmm.
The second one you should get beat to death. Both could be beatable by death.
Yeah.
But the sending a picture I don't think is as bad as fucking touching a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Well, obviously there's levels to it, but I don't think it's great.
No, it's not good. I'm telling you, it's very no bueno.
Like, I don't
but,
think it's like
I'm not supporting. I'm not defending. I'm just acknowledging.
She's gonna see it anything.
Which one's
I'm
better?
just
though?
acknowledging
It's like-
what's better.
I feel like
kidding.
I don't. Am I having a stroke, or is this like a conversation that like Charlie Day and Frank Reynolds would have on? Like, I just feel like it's a picture.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like what if you send a picture in Alabama? Well, it's like 15 years old. It's consent.
Well, Charlie.
I don't know how I became Charlie. You became Frank, but yeah, you're right, Charlie.
You're right.
You're right, Charlie. We got a great idea for a new business. I'm not good. Nope.
No, it was good.
And
It was
scene.
good. The first time was good.
And
You
scene.
just need to get less is more.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Dude, the Frank's Little Beauties almost killed me. That episode
vaguely
was
remember
so
that one.
funny. I almost died. I love Always Sunny. I think Always Sunny, the early seasons were so unbelievable.
It was great.
So unbelievably good.
It was.
Uh,
I love that shit.
when they went to the Jersey Shore, it was so. Did you ever watch Always Sunny? Was that you're an Always Sunny
Oh,
guy?
yeah, I love Always Sunny.
Oh my God.
Me too.
Frank-
I watched I remember in high
Frank's
school,
Little
like, loving that shit.
Beauties. Frank's. Who thinks of this shit? It's brilliant.
Yeah, no, they're fantastic. I thought one of the funniest ones I ever saw was the intervention. There's I think there's one like the gas crisis was the ending cracked me up where they're in the car. Charlie's like, I cut the brakes. Wild card. Yeah. And he just like hops out. You know what I mean? It's like, what?
The suburbs episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah.
I have to tell you,
that was getting later.
the
though.
wine in a can is, it's a game changer, Charlie. And they all got,
Yeah.
and he's throwing it.
He's drinking
Have you ever seen
sunscreen
that?
at the Jersey Shore.
Have you ever seen the bloopers of when Frank is drinking the wine in a can and throwing up, and Mac can't keep it together? It's the
I remember
bloopers
seeing
are the
him. I remember
funniest
one
thing.
of the ones he is gargling. I don't know how it came up, but it wasn't wine in a can. It was a beer.
Was it a
It
beer?
was in the intervention
Intervention,
episode.
yeah.
He's like.
Weren't they drinking wine in a
and it's like
can in
starts coming
Intervention?
out.
Am I thinking of two different episodes? I thought wine in the can was
Well,
Intervention.
when we say wine in a can, what kind of can?
Like Diet Coke cans or something.
Oh, I think that was later season.
I could be wrong. Every time.
Incorrect.
Every time a McPoyle comes on, I die. Everything about it.
McPoyle's
I love
funny. Yeah, they're gross motherfuckers, hey?
Yeah.
The McPoyle.
I feel like, to bring this full circle, I feel like Gillis on Always Sunny would make all the sense in the world.
Oh, he'd be great, man.
All the
I
sense
think
in the world.
he's great. Yeah,
He should be a McPoyle.
I was gonna bring you back.
Yeah.
McPoyle rules.
So-
he'd be
so
like
he,
he'd be like one of them.
so-
You're throwing shots.
Huh?
You'd say he'd be a McPoyle.
I think he'd be a great McPoyle. You don't think he'd be a great McPoyle?
I think he'd be better out of like a McPoyle rules. McDoyle rules.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in that
I can see
Sandler.
that. Yeah. where he'd be like the bully.
Yeah, he could be better at that.
Got
I
you.
think. I don't know.
Oh,
He's a cool guy. But anyway, so go back to what
Well,
you were
I
saying.
mean,
You
look,
don't, and are you good on the truck stop thing? We got a little off. We started talking Anthony Weiner's wiener picks.
Yeah, so basically, like, these guys would go, and then, like, the way that they would, like, they'd, like, hang out in the bathroom.
You like tap your foot.
I thought you, like, asked the guy for toilet paper underneath what I heard is, like, you reach your hand under and be like, hey, do you got any toilet paper? And if
Yeah.
the guy gives it to you, then you know it's on. And
I would have given a motherfucker toilet paper if it was me in there.
Said
I'd have been
Mr.
like, all right, dog, here you go. Like,
they used to hide, like, glory holes behind the old toilet paper things. So, like, they would, like, turn the thing up, and there'd be, like, a hole there. And that, yeah.
yeah, actually, what I would probably do is I'd be like, yeah, I'm throwing it over the top though. I don't want to touch your hand because I know you're holding your balls or like you started wiping your asshole, and that's gross to me. I don't like germs like that.
One of the funniest things I ever heard was an offstage rant by this comic in New York, openly gay for a long time, talking about how it's way too easy to be gay today, and how, like he was like, back in the day, being gay meant something, you know, like you knew you were gonna get your ass beat, but you were like, hey, I'm gonna turn this guy. Now it's like, you know, like he doesn't like Pride Parade. Like
it's the best time ever to be gay.
He's so committed to being
We're
like counterculture that now he's like, I just might as well be straight. What's even the point of being gay?
Yeah.
It's like,
Being straight's becoming counterculture.
yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like, guess what, Ma? I'm straight. No son of mine.
That's hilarious.
I will never be able to show my face in Brooklyn again. Look at what you've done to your other mother.
Very good, G. Very good.
Thank you.
So Gilly.
Oh, so Saturday Night Live, everybody knows.
Who we both we're both boys with him too.
I wouldn't say I'm boys with him. I was a colleague at one time. We haven't talked.
What do you
in
mean?
years.
You guys? Yeah, but all right.
He was
I mean,
like.
if that's what you want to call it. I'm still boys.
Yeah,
with him.
no, look, I like him. I'm a big fan of his work. I want to say we're not boys. We're not boys.
I think he's funny.
And it's not like we just don't know each other that well. But I'm very.
I went to see him do stand up at Stress Factory, and like we like drank some beers after, and then he'd hit me up when he was going there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like he'd like always let me know.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, no, he's mad cool, and I love when they do that too. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you want to bring a crew, like Big J always does it, like Bert,
that's cool.
all those guys, they always like hit me up when they're at Stress Factory.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sad if they're doing it now, and you're like, I'll be right there.
Yeah, I am. I'm in Florida, but I'll let the people know.
Norman's coming down here soon. We should hang out with Norman. That'd be
Mark
cool.
Norman.
Yeah. And Schultz too.
Yeah, I should shoot a message. I did Legion of Skanks with Norman one time. He was so fucking funny, bro.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
So why you say
joke
you
writer.
and, so why you say you and Shane are just colleagues?
We never like hung out. We never.
But
been
you guys
boys.
like you guys you talked, you got each other's numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a really funny thing. I think we talked about it a long time
We
ago.
talked
on here.
about it, yeah.
But you were gonna put it up.
Yeah,
Because everyone was like doing like the yo good luck because everyone's happy for him.
Everybody's happy for him.
The place like they tried to shut his ass down.
Yep.
And now he's back hosting it because
For sure.
saying he's that big of a star.
Yes.
He's not just a fucking cast member now.
And
he's
I think
blown up
I
and
think
he's
they
a fucking-
sabotaged him. I really do.
Well,
I
that's
think they
something. So
sabotaged him.
here's something I was thinking. So you were like when you showed me the thing, you're like, is this kind of gay? Because the message that you sent was like, you were like,
We're
hey, you
keeping
wanna-
it all the way real right now.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm gonna because I think you'll appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
So you were like, you're like, is this like stupid? And you're like, whatever, fuck it, I'm gonna take it down. And it was you being like, yo, you want to get together and like do some jokes? And he was like, bro, like I appreciate so much that you like think that highly of me. I would not enjoy, workshopping jokes.
Yeah.
He's like, but like be the man, talk like peace, talk later, stay safe,
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? Like he was very gracious.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Like he was like that doesn't sound like something I want to do.
At all.
It's like
I will never enjoy workshopping.
that.
jokes.
Look, if
Yeah.
someone was like, "Hey, want to come over and study fight tape?" I'd be like, "Nah." But like, I appreciate that you like value my opinion or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like I get it. That's just not the way he fucking
Totally.
he rocks.
What is
sure.
workshopping jokes?
That's a good question because I don't know if
A lot of people ask
Gee,
that
why
question.
don't you
I have
ever
an
ask
idea.
me to workshop jokes?
We have workshop jokes. You just didn't know that's what we were doing.
No, I did. I did. Actually, I've 100% known when you were talking to me for a very long time, and I'm like, I laugh, and I'm like, you got something there?
Yeah. That's what it is. Like,
so you don't ask, you just do it with you unsolicited.
Is it like sparring for jokes?
No, that would be kind of like the show on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's like sparring.
Because you're not sparring with another comedian. You spar with the audience, right? Like, so my job is with the audience. That room, Sad Man, I love that place. That's my New York comedy club here, where it's like, all right, I can go up, tell some jokes, and if they work, great. And if they don't, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, here's another one.
Sad Man Comedy Club in Boca every other Thursday.
That's right. Thanks, buddy.
Check out Big G. I'm gonna be there. Christian's homosexual ass will be
there.
Oh,
we should talk about Christos. Did a great job.
Christos killed it. He was
did
actually
a
really
great job, dude.
Yeah, I was really impressed.
He did a great job, man.
Yeah, I couldn't make it because I was getting married, but I got to see. Hit the thing.
We do have to go into that at some point.
We can talk about it a little bit. Well, since we're keeping it all the way real, so I'm gonna keeping it all the way real.
I had so much. You bailed on it too, and I think he bailed, Christian. He bailed on that show. He said he got tired, but I think he knew. I had material. Use the material
for
the newlyweds.
Use the material. I ain't running.
Material
use the material. Say I'll pretend we got married that Thursday.
Huh?
When we're at the show. So use all the material you had.
But a lot of it was nice. It was nice. Nice.
I wanted. I wanted to hear it. I was disappointed. I wanted to get there. All right.
Can we get a sneak?
I'll tell you off the air because
I
don't. Yeah, I'll tell you off air because I ain't no snitch. But I was very funny.
What do you mean you ain't no snitch?
Well, I'm not gonna put it on the internet.
Oh, cool. All right, I feel you.
Yeah, but it was very funny.
All right.
When I wrote it, I went.
Oh wow! Oh, I can't wait to see what this is. But all right, so you got the then you put up a post after.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, all right, so it wasn't his best set.
It wasn't. He'll admit that, and I'm not hating.
I know, but I don't.
If I was gonna hate,
I know, but I don't think that
I've taken some shots at Marcelo Hernandez, and people think I'm a hater. I think I saw Marcello at the Grizzly Pear in New York, like years ago. A-Marie Castillo, awesome A-Marie. This kid was like green. He was like brand new, and I thought he was like a teenager. And as he was on stage, I went to A-Marie. I said, "Who the fuck is this kid? This kid's fucking good."
Yeah.
And I disagree with every one of his worldviews. And I hate the fact that I think he's so good he doesn't need to do the white people be like comedy. Like white people like Chipotle and they think that's real Mexican food. Yuck, yuck. All right.
Yeah.
I don't vibe with that shit.
Yeah.
But the women love it, Marcelo Rife, good for him. And he's killing it, right? Like he's the star of Saturday Night Live. And once upon a time that really meant something.
Right.
And, good for him.
So I'm gonna this is gonna feed into your point. But my take when you put up that thing, I was all right, so it wasn't his best set. And then you used it to be like, you talk about how they sabotaged him. I didn't think the all right, that's his best set was like obviously it wasn't his best set. I don't know. I just feel like
no, he knows it.
Right.
It's not going to do.
But I feel like it's not your spot to say if you wanted to rip on. You know what I mean? Like it's like being all right, so it wasn't his best fight. It's you know what I mean? And then you used it. You were talking about like basically
it's not apples to apples.
Your worldview.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, it's it's a big moment for him.
It's a big moment for comedy in general. It's bigger than Shane. Shane represents more than Shane, right?
He represents kind of like the outlaw comedians. Not the outlaws, just the people that aren't being pushed by the fucking mainstream.
He's an independent. He's not really independent anymore, but he went the independent route, did it his own way.
Not sucking the fucking
liberal
dick.
He's not woke. He's not liberal. He's he came up through the podcast world. He represents a lot of, I don't want to say us, but like people that have had to climb this mountain twice as fucking high because we didn't do like the Marcello stuff.
You didn't bow down to the corporate, to the man,
and again,
to
it
that
sounds
shit.
like I'm shitting on Marcello, and I'm not. Marcello is remarkably talented. He's a good-looking dude. He's insanely talented. He's very funny, right? But like he's also on message and on brand.
How tall he is, though?
Oh, he's a tiny guy. He's a little guy. But like the whole idea of him being like not white. He's lighter than both of us. He's Cuban. Like it's like all right, whatever, bro. Like he's a person of color, so whatever.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people, and again, this is very personal to me, Because there was a moment in time where they made you choose. Get on message. White people suck. Woke this and that bullshit, liberal this and that bullshit, or fucking die on the vine.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of us that are like, no, I'm not sitting here carrying water for big pharma every night. I'm not going to be a comedian who grew up idolizing people like Carlin and then be like, you know what's great? The pharmaceutical companies, guys. Anybody who doesn't take these drugs is a real idiot.
Man.
Like those stupid rednecks.
Listen, comedians are important. I was just talking about the comedians, that I know. I love you. You're a brother. I love Gillis. I love comedians though, because you guys are kind of like the truth tellers in our. You're kind of like philosophers a little bit, and you put a funny spin, and you make you almost like take a Bill Burr, where you start out where it's like kind of like, whoa, what's he about to do? And then you're fucking, whoa, I fucking agree with that motherfucker. And
I hope it gets there, because sometimes it just stays with the what the fuck is this guy talking about with me?
Well, yeah,
I like turning
them.
But
it's a free space to, and again, I say truth. It's like that's also anything a comedian says can't be necessarily taken like seriously. Like they're trying something.
Yeah.
They're trying to make you laugh at something.
Yes.
It's a comedy. They're trying to make you fucking laugh. And sometimes they could point out some fucking ridiculous shit that goes on in our world.
Yep.
And it makes you be like, damn, that is some fucking bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I think does that make sense what I'm saying?
To your point, though, this was my greater point. The liberal white woman doesn't give you that grace. They hear what they hear what you're saying, and they turn off, and they make sure everybody else turns off. Like it's like burn the witch. It's a heretic. It's blasphemy.
Okay.
And with Gillis, it was so painfully honest. Look, here's the thing too, and I've thought about this a lot in the days since. Like, why did it quote unquote trigger me so much, right? And it was the same thing with the Super Bowl. And you know what I came to the conclusion of? I don't watch television anymore. So
you haven't seen how overcame
so
it is
it's
them.
moved so much
how conquered
that by last time I watched it, I was like, what is this? Like this is nuts.
Remember when we were kids and like the yellow Power Ranger was Asian and the black one was black and like the green one was Irish?
That can't be true. That can't be true.
That me, motherfucker.
That can't be true. Is that
Look
for
that
real?
shit up. Hell yeah, it's true.
That's hilarious.
There's a the Yellow Ranger's an Asian girl.
Yeah.
The pink one's a girl. You know what I mean?
I remember the pink one being a girl, but
Yeah.
the black one was white.
Black? Nah, but there's a black one.
Trini Kwan is a fictional character in the Power Rangers. She was portrayed by Vietnamese American.
That was the yellow one?
Yeah,
No
look up the
way.
Black Ranger black. 'Cause they
No
switched
way.
Them. They switched them, but there was a time when the Black Ranger was black, and the Green Ranger was fucking Irish.
We used to be a proper country.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We used to be a nation.
It's like it's cool. It's,
Look at what they took from us.
It's reminiscent of the color they are. That's cool. That's sick.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean?
That's hilarious. I can't believe I never noticed that.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
retrospect.
facts.
In retrospect, that's crazy. But also, it was diversity.
Yeah, they have the diversity. They just happen to be a little on the nose.
I mean, a little much.
You know.
Well,
why is that a problem, G?
why is what a problem?
Because it's like, why exactly is that a problem? Like, why is like what we're saying almost like not like cool that we're like that's not okay?
Oh, I know. It's a good point. It's perfectly fine. Who gives a shit? Yeah.
It's kind of okay.
Who
Like,
cares?
is it like, no, you're saying they're, you know what I mean? Like,
It's degrading.
They're not yellow. Their skin is this.
Well,
you
yeah,
know
that's
what
what's
I mean?
so funny too, because they're like, I'm more than my color, and it's like, well, you never act like that.
Yeah, you're a fucking Power Ranger. You're
That's all you ever act like. Is the only thing that matters is how you were born, with the color or sexual orientation. It's crazy. So with Gillis, just to put a bow on this, they put this woman like center frame.
Yeah, but
And she had like a puss face on the whole time.
yeah.
And it's like, if you have
I
this much of a
think
problem, and
I
Dane
should've
Cook
watched it.
Cook had a really good thing on this, because Dane Cook talked about it too, and he was like, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life, and it's not because
What
it's
is?
host Saturday Night Live. He's like, it's not because.
Because you got to learn it all in a week, right?
Well, he's like, he said all that. He said it's you're acting. You got your monologue. It's a live audience. It's not necessarily your audience. It's the Saturday Night Live audience. Blah
Right.
blah 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 blah. But he also pretty much says like, and these people don't want you there.
Right. They don't want to see a. Yeah, that makes sense.
They're the stars.
Right.
Like they don't want you there. They're the funny ones. It's very competitive. He kept using the word competitive.
What is competitive?
But what he really was describing was
God bless
petty.
You all right back there?
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Making sure he's not dead.
Was he throwing up?
I don't know. He's making weird noises.
Oh, texting the guys
He's
from
just
Cleveland.
putting a thumb up.
I don't
He's
know.
not
Is he
talking.
okay? Yeah. So anyway, the sketches, the sketches again, they skewed left and all these other things. There was like one mildly fun, like jab at Joe Biden falling over, and again, you just look at it.
I saw it on Instagram the gambling bit where it's like you gamble on your friends.
That was very funny.
Losses.
But again, that was very funny.
I thought it was funny.
That was funny. The Limu Emu one was funny.
I didn't see.
It was funny. That was pretty funny.
Should have watched it.
Yeah. I just know too much. I guess I know people that write on it and they're not funny people, but they're very much on message. And I just feel like Shane didn't get a fair shake for people that didn't know who he was, for people like my parents and stuff like that. I feel like he went in.
Did they address that they fired him?
Just briefly. It wasn't like Norm Macdonald. Did you ever see the Norm Macdonald one?
I've heard of it, but I didn't see it.
Everybody kind of thought this was going to be a Norm Macdonald moment, and it really wasn't. But look, I think the big thing that came out of it was like, man, we don't need to be friends with each other. Like we don't like the podcast world, internet world that doesn't need the TV world anymore. And the TV world still looks down its nose. Like, we're better than you. Like, the legacy media looks down their nose at like, oh, you're like.
It's a different thing, man.
TikTok
and we'll see what happens in the fucking future.
But now I think people care less and less. I think these two ecosystems are changing. I hope more people watch Gilly and Keeves, like you said, because it's funny, and then I hope more people watch quote unquote independent comedy.
I kind of
like a guy like Nikki Cass.
I kind of feel
I'll
like
give a shout out to Nikki Cass.
Right.
Well, I don't know from a hole in the wall. Have you know who Nikki Cass is?
No.
You don't know who Nikki Cass is?
Nah. If you want to pull some of his shit up,
I feel like you would love Nikki Cass.
I feel like Gillis would have been handcuffed and hindered had he been on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been worse. Ultimately, this whole thing was a fucking blessing for him.
There's definitely things that they won't let you make fun of.
Like all the like I feel like comedians that kind of put their arm around him, like you know what I mean, like the real comedians and shit. And, like I know he's on like Rogan, and I remember hearing Rogan talk about it. That's how like I
Bussin'
heard
with the
of
boys,
him
McAfee,
and all that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, now he's like fucking with all them, or maybe he has for years. But because I have seen him with them. But like I just remember when I first heard of him was like with Rogan and shit, like talking about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I
he's
feel
a
like
very funny
he's
dude.
even more like, because there's a thing where like we like to see, you know what I mean? You like to see a person he got kicked down. He got all this shit. They're talking all this shit on him. People build him back up, and now he's got on like a hero's story. He's back on his shit. He's back. He's hosting Saturday Night Live because he's that big of a star.
Big deal.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he just signed a new deal with Netflix. He's gonna have a
great more fucking of his shit. He's hilarious. I want to see more of his shit.
Yeah, he's great.
Who's your boy Cass?
Nikki Cass is hilarious. So like, talk about like what Saturday Night Live is like.
He does good sketch comedy.
One guy with a pillow under his belly. Nikki Cass is funnier than anything you've seen on Saturday Night Live in years. Nikki Cass is hilarious, and he does it every day. Like, you never seen this guy? Go ahead, pull it up. It's not YouTube, is it? For crying out loud! All right, pull it. Go ahead. Here you go. This is great.
You
Love
like
this
what
kid.
you're reading?
I see it.
Mark, how you doing? I get you anything Coke, Diet Coke? I should be drinking the Diet Coke. Marianne, how's your pitch? Good. Me, I can't complain with you.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's funny.
Yeah, go ahead. That's good enough. That's enough of a free plug. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
he's great.
He's cool.
He does like every combine ever in his backyard. And
Is that
shit
right?
Like that.
Because I only seen him kind of do that character.
He does a bunch
so
of different ones.
I gotta see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check his shit out. But yeah. But anyway, I just thought the first thing that you thought was like gay, the first message, I thought it was kind of like you were kind of taking the piss out of yourself, and then I thought the second one you were like using it to reaffirm your like worldview. And also kind of being like using his almost like I don't want to say failure.
It wasn't a failure.
But like, you know what I mean? All right, so it wasn't his best set. But blah 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 blah. I don't know. That just stood out in my mind. And
you got to look at the overall, man. I mean, look at what people said about it immediately. This is what I'm talking about, that he was sabotaged. I'll pull it up for you.
What people said about it?
The quote unquote legacy media. Let's say that. All right. I don't know. Christian's not gonna be
Who's
able to
that?
pull it up in time.
NBC, ABC? What's
Yeah,
it really
yeah,
on?
it's NBC.
NBC.
But I'll try to send this stuff to you, Chris. Let me select. See if I can send
Christian
this shit to
hates
you.
when you call him Chris. By the way.
Do you really? Do you really hate it?
I don't hate it, but it's.
I like to. You know,
How for?
I like to. You know. beef it up
Are
a
you
little
guys
bit.
talking about this behind my back? Why didn't you just come up to me and tell me, "Don't call me
it's
Chris"?
it's come up a few times.
What? It's never come up.
Dude, I'm really sick and tired of it. All right?
It's never come up.
Nah, he.
Nah.
What are we talking
Yeah,
about
he's
here?
like Christian vents to me.
Jeez,
he vents to me,
Louise.
all the time.
What, when you guys are taking a poop next to each other and you put the phone
and I
underneath?
ask him for the
Yeah, like if you put in
I put the phone underneath and I go do something about it.
do something about it.
I go do a dance for me.
If you put in Shane Gillis,
Helicopter your wiener. Dude, hey, do that move I like.
That's my favorite one. Do that
yeah,
thing
the,
you
like
do.
the variety Shane Gillis bombs, the blah blah blah. Shane Gillis does Down syndrome joke. TMZ. Shane Gillis.
Have you seen his
hits
Down
rock
syndrome
bottom
joke
and- yeah, it's
about
very
his
funny.
about his uncle?
Yeah.
It's so
why
fucking
does
funny.
the Daily Beast? Why does Shane Gillis keep promoting these Holocaust? And like, what the hell? Like that's what I'm talking about.
They're such sensitive
So they just
losers,
decide.
man.
My feeling is that they decided they were going to hate his material before, and this is the greater point because everybody keeps saying like, oh, you know, and they're defending.
Yo, I
they're,
just had a fucking big idea.
they're defending the
No,
girl.
no, I think I got a big idea. So what they're doing is they're getting like people. People are watching their shit because they're getting people mad, and it's like kind of like hate mongering, kind of like they're like, oh fuck this guy, all this
Yeah.
shit. You know how we talking about you doing like your own show and me, you know, like you're doing like another show, like it should be called Gerard Hates Everything.
I'm okay with that.
And you go, and you just fucking like against these people.
You know what
that
really
people-
grinds my gears?
Yeah, basically the Peter Griffin.
So anyway,
Funny.
people were
But-
defending this girl.
Well, we gotta make
Let's
sure.
put a pin in
We
that.
gotta make sure when we do our other shows,
Yeah.
if they get like if you know me doing an MMA show or you doing like the Gerard Hates Everything political jamboree.
It's actually a great name for a show. It's actually a great name.
We gotta make sure if they get better than Slick and Thick, the mothership,
Mm-hmm.
or better than Cancel Weekly, actually this is the fathership. That's the mothership because we got Candace who's a female in that one. We gotta sabotage.
Sabotage.
We gotta agree to sabotage. Our own
Sabotage.
thing.
Sabotage. Yeah. Burn the ships.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Anyway, say you're
So the
you're-
girl. So people were defending the girl, who everybody thought was for some reason like 18 years old. She's 31
the
years
girl
old.
who was rolling her eyes.
Yeah, or she was just like pursed lips. She worked for Stephen Colbert for 10 years. This was totally a plan. So they're defending her like laughter is something that just comes. So if he didn't like it, he should have made her laugh.
Excuse me. So this was like a big thing. Her making these faces was that these
big,
are
big topic in conversation on Twitter. Yeah, it was very noticeable. If you were watching it, it was like Jesus. Like she was center frame. He wasn't.
could you find the monologue on something so I can see this? Like
Not the full 10 minutes.
oh, it's his 10-minute monologue.
Yeah. But she sat there with the face on for 9 of the 10 minutes. Anyway, the point is, people that they've never done comedy, they don't get it. As a comedian, you can feel when the room is vibing and when it's not. And then when the room's not vibing, you start pressing a little bit, And if these people are behind you, he can't see them. So, but you know who can?
The camera.
The audience. So he's doing.
Who is she? Why is she sitting behind
She's
him?
on.
She's on the cast.
She's in the band, and there's another guy in the band. And so these people are like looking, and they're like, comedy is a contagious thing. That's why if someone's not laughing in the crowd, the comedian will almost always address it.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't get the fuck up. You don't get the fuck up the flow in here. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
You don't like what it is, and then I'll either get you because you want the attention or whatever. Maybe something's going on, or you're drunk, or we'll figure it out.
Right.
Or I will turn everybody else against you to let them know, hey, that's not what we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
So for these people, they're getting this visual stimulus.
We're here to have some fucking fun, eh? Is that
Exactly.
why we go to comedy shows?
Yeah. So, but I am of the opinion, man, that like these people, the quote unquote liberal woman, whatever, they are like, I like their arrogance bothers me. Who made them judge and jury of what's culturally appropriate in America? Who made them judge and jury of the zeitgeist? Like, why does everybody care like that these people are happy all the time? Like at some point, shouldn't we all just be like, man, fuck these people? They should be trying to get in our good graces. They have behaved so poorly for so many years. They've called everybody who disagree with them a racist. They've called everybody who disagree with them an anti-science, anti-vax. Like they've pointed the finger at everybody else for so long.
That's literally the way I do look at it. Like I'm like, okay, you're sensitive. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Like whatever. Like it's funny.
Because you're in one of the
It's funny to
only
me.
jobs in the world that your boss doesn't give a shit.
I think it's also Dante.
You have nothing
Dante
to quote
and
unquote
Chaz,
fear.
Dante and Chaz came to the gym today.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. And Dante's
Did you get
like,
that invite, Chris?
I invited Dante. I thought
I was weird.
actually
My phone
he hit
must
me
have
up
been
last
off.
night.
My
But anyway,
phone.
I'm surprised they didn't call you. That's so
My
weird.
phone
It's
must
so weird that Chaz Palminteri didn't give you a call and let him know he's coming. But I guess whatever. I guess I'm just really boys with the Palminteris. But anyway, he goes. Dante's like, man, it's so weird. Like fighters are so much nicer than any like artists, like actors or musicians. And I was just like, yeah, man, we're forced to confront reality. You know what I mean? We have to confront reality. You will not make it as a fighter if you can't be. There's definitely some delusional confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Arrogance, yeah.
a little bit because you gotta have that ego, and sometimes those egos get out of check, and then those egos get fucking humbled.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
That's why I love the Belcher. Belcher was like speaking to my soul, man. It was crazy.
bro, how fucking great was Alan Belcher?
That was like he like spoke to my soul. Everything he said resonated with. He was able to articulate things that I had lived through and been through in ways that I had never really been able to like coalesce. You know what I'm saying? Like I had these thoughts, but I was never able to put them together in that way.
He was very very gracious too. He like hit me up like, bro, like we're getting the message out. This is great. Like anything I could do for you, bro. Like, and he, you know, how gracious was he after
Unbelievable.
giving me
Stay for another hour.
Stay for another hour, giving me a fucking like lessons on some of the shit like
Crazy.
he's learned and stuff we talked about. But
very cerebral dude, very impressive. And getting to know you guys in this fight community, the philosophical, introspective nature is so fascinating and impressive.
Yeah, man. I think that was what, you know, like I said to Dante, is like we're forced to confront reality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actors and musicians, they're not forced to really confront reality.
It's the opposite. They get to live in whatever realities they so choose.
It's a pretend one, and then it's a you know, I didn't get it, but it's their fault. It's easy to like kind of pass blame because shit is subjective.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you lose a fight, there's something you probably could have done better, unless you just suck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's stuff you can learn and stuff you can get better at. You know, and you're
and you really
like
have nobody to blame but yourself at the end of the day.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you can't blame the director or the writer or, you know, it was a shitty script. The editor didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, they gave me a bad matchup. Bad matchup, motherfucker, fight. What do you get into this for?
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking fight. It's a whatever.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
How calm Belcher was like almost off-putting. It really was. He was like so calm. I'm like, man, this dude's going to war in like an hour.
I'm very calm, and people say you'll see. I'm like very calm, but I'm a little more, you know, just maybe a little more like giddy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be a little more like just excited. But maybe that's just also my personality and stuff.
No, I was with you. I was with you for your last fight, man. You know.
You weren't.
There was some good energy.
No, not like fight week though.
No, not fight week.
But we FaceTimed a couple times and talked and shit.
Yeah.
You'll be there this time.
Yeah, bro.
Baby.
Yeah, bro.
Next time.
The next time. I was gonna say something well, the opposite is like everybody thinks, you know, comedy, like, oh man, you must know some funny people. I'm like, no. Every comic I know is like an awful human being outside of comedy.
That's kind of true. I did realize that. Like a lot of these comedians are all like
very broken
like
human beings,
degenerates, and like just like fucking like
they're
it's like the sad clown kind of thing.
No doubt about
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
I save all my smiles for the stage.
You're insecure as fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Bruh.
Well, also
That's
very
sad.
introspective in the same way, but without the outlet. You know, the outlet is all right. I have to
they get on stage.
Yeah.
And
like you guys can be introspective and be like, all right, but like there's tangible, like you work hard, you lose weight. There's there's things along the way that are check marks that it's what I miss most about baseball. It's like, bro, like this is your batting average. You know exactly where you stand.
Right.
These other shit, you don't have no idea where you stand. One week you're getting booked in a theater, making $4,000 a show. The next week you're playing a 30-foot, a room for 30 people with a karaoke mic. And you're like, where am I in my career right now? Like, what's going on here?
Right.
Like, is this worth it? Is it not? So there's no like linear structure to it. That's very, very difficult. That's why people like hold on desperately to their. I got passed at the cellar, and it's like, okay, cool. How much you getting paid for that?
Yeah.
I do it for free. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Career's going good, huh, bud?
It's a little prestigious, but
It's absolutely
what I mean?
prestigious.
It's in those circles, but yeah.
But that's the brass
I didn't mean
ring.
to laugh at it like that. You know what I mean? It's like how much am I getting paid to train at the best gyms in the world?
Yeah.
0. You know what I mean? So it is kind of similar.
Yeah. So I think that's a problem going forward too. Is like there's way more people that want to do cool shit than there are financial opportunities for cool shit. Like there's way more people that want to do comedy than there are people that want to pay to watch somebody do comedy. So you got to go through that. You have to go through those years, decades of building an audience, building something. And then by the time you have an audience, you better be good. And that's something like these TikTok guys are really struggling with right now is like they have a couple viral videos. And the old heads hate on them. I don't hate on them. Good for you. That's using the tool properly. Like it's like to me, like hating on a comic who's on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok is like hating on a lumberjack who uses like a chainsaw. It's like
a lot
we
of fighters
use
are degenerates who hate themselves too.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's just so many parallels in comedy and fighting. Like as you're saying that, like, you gotta spend 10 years so you're gonna be like good for the most part. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some special people, like just like in comedy, there's some people who fucking take off in like 4 years. Like we had Impa on, who took off in like fast.
Yep.
But I'm sure there's comedian examples that you can say the same for.
Yeah, Marcelo Hernandez.
Yeah. Like they just got it. You know what I mean?
He's definitely born to entertain.
Yeah.
He's got that thing. Like get him on stage and it doesn't really matter what his material is. You want to watch him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's got that appeal. And and there's some guys that are like born to fight type of a deal for sure. No doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Like some guys have that warrior blood, that warrior spirit, that idea that like, whatever. Like let's have a scrap.
Right.
What if I win? What if I lose? I don't fucking
Strong, fast, just got the fucking confidence, you know what I mean? The whole fucking
I love that Belcher was a baseball player too. That's fantastic. Big time stuff right there.
Yeah, I met Belcher when I was an amateur fighter. I actually met him. I remembered this. I met him in Biloxi. I was down visiting my sister. She was at her final rehab institution.
Nice.
One that fucking took.
Fire.
And I was down there and I did a jiu-jitsu tournament and he was there. And I'd known him watching the UFC. I was a fan of his. Went out, said what up, and he was like mad cool then. You know what I mean? And now I'm I was a fan of him then, even bigger fan of him after listening to him talk and you know what I mean? Like getting into his mind a little bit. It's cool. It's cool to see those sides of people. And I think this show's doing a good job of showing how fighters, there's so much more to them than people think. They're like, they're just going to walk around, be mean guys, and fucking people think they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to see, you know what I mean? Like,
in fairness,
Chase Sherman looks dumb as shit. How fucking great was he on the podcast?
Chase Sherman is not dumb.
Not at all. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
I said, looks.
Really
you know what I mean? He looks like he's like a fucking
no, he took me by
caveman.
surprise. And also, there's also kind of that Northeast racism that we got where you hear somebody with a little Southern drawl and, you're like,
Belcher sounds smarter because he got a little less twang.
A little less twang. Yeah, no doubt about it. But I will say, in fairness, we're getting very, very high-level fighters and athletes on here. We're not getting... We're not getting.
I'll bring some of my dumb buddies.
We're not getting. Face tattoo sluggos on here. You know what I mean? That are
right.
That are 2-3 in. I think that the cream rises to the top type of a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's some. I think a lot of people's. A lot of people's I can't.
What's he
I can't,
cracking
I
up
can't
at over
think
there?
today.
What are you cracking up at?
A lot of people's impressions
Come on, talk.
are formed.
Did you get your voice back? Did you die of that choking?
I'm just. I love you guys. I'm just having a good time.
A lot of people's
I love it
impressions are formed by like the lower level guys that they like see in their day-to-day life.
Do you think that?
I do. Like the guy at the gym was like, yeah, I'm fighting this week, and he's
maybe.
fucking, he's half decadorable, and you know what I mean. He's been there were whispers that he hit his ex-wife, like that,
Yeah.
So, but I know you get defensive when I start talking about the realities of the fight game. Nick, so.
No, I just feel like you would more see the people on TV. So I think people are more exposed to like.
Well, War
They
Machine
asked
didn't help.
that Decable, whatever the heck you said.
Remember him?
Yeah, of course. I was a fan of War Machine. Decable guy was.
Fan of War Machine? No big deal. Send the dick pics to minors.
I did not say no big deal. I
Two
said
big takeaways.
I said it's not as bad as touching a kid, and I'm right.
Let the record show.
Let
the record show
that the man in the Amari Stoudemire New York Knicks jersey over here.
That's right, baby. What's up, baby? What's up, baby?
He's popping off. Yeah, I also, man, maybe I'm just getting older, Mick. Maybe it's like old man yells at clouds thing. I watched the Super Bowl and I'm like, these commercials are yelling at me.
I think you put your finger on it when you said you don't watch TV, and now you're these two big events force you to watch TV, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
What is going on?
You guys
here,
have
dude?
ruined it.
Ruined it. It was just like, what is this?
Bad.
Yeah. What in the God's name? What in the?
It's so fucking vanilla and like just
so,
shitty.
Yeah, and it's just.
It's got no flavor.
I have like a fucking instinctually allergic reaction to manipulation. When I feel like I'm being manipulated, I am so out on it, and I got to make sure for whatever reason, I'm like, everybody sees this, right? Everybody sees what they're trying to do. I can't be the only one who sees this, right?
Yeah.
And it's
that is you. You like to point out the ridiculousness and especially the corruption and the
shit! Did
the
you
bad.
see? Speaking of corruption, you see old Queen Nancy this week? Old Nancy Pelosi. She got another winner, bro.
What does that mean?
Nancy Pelosi. She
made money in the stock market.
Oh baby! And Mr. Beast, of all people, Mr. Beast actually sent out a tweet about it. It was like the softest tweet ever, and it lasted like 11 minutes before he deleted it and took it down and apologized. And he's like, the tweet was so funny.
He's sucking the corporate dick?
Well, he tried not to for like a second.
What'd he say?
I can read it. Mr. Beast, who went out of his way to be like non-political his whole life. He's making like $1 million a video on the YouTube.
So is there a way isn't there a way you can like track these politicians like purchases and stuff?
There is. If they follow me on Instagram, then I'm not willing to say it on here, but if they follow me on Instagram, your boy does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm basically a Democrat now. I'm team corruption. Let's ride this fucker to the ground, baby. Like, let's go. How do you think I'm gonna afford the ringside tickets? So let me see Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast says, I'll pull it up, Chris, don't worry. It's a little sad that an active member of Congress can cause billions of dollars of stock to shift like this. Is it also not absurd that people that make our laws and know classified information can trade on the public market? Bro,
why'd he back down?
The fact that
I just became a fan of him, and then the fact that he deleted it, I don't know his stuff. I've heard of him. He's got got a bunch of followers and like big YouTube guy.
He's the biggest guy on YouTube.
And he like gives away a lot of money, shitty facial hair and
big smile.
Yeah, but I like him saying that, I just became a fan, and then him taking it down, I'm like, bro,
it gets
like,
better.
Where's your balls?
He says the fact that they get intel before the rest of America and are constantly tempted not to make millions off of it is just a situation we shouldn't be putting them in. And it seems stupid to me. I'd be all for paying them more and they not be able to invest or some other solution.
And this guy, this guy has
like 2,000 views.
This guy has influence.
Yes.
He could use that to fucking continue that message.
Yep.
Point out the hypocrisy. Point out the bullshit. You know what I mean? And then this motherfucker could be the fucking it could be a politician, a president, something. You know what I mean?
So what does it mean?
Make positive changes.
In a day that the market looked like this,
mm-hmm.
right? In a day that the market was down a half a point, no big deal, basically an even market. She did a $1.25 million call, which long call, explain in a second, on Palo Alto networks, which went up 9%. So she made.
So she knew something. She had inside information, right?
She made probably $100,000 in an hour.
So she had inside information.
Yeah, at least. Yes, yeah, for sure.
That's what they. That's
Remember,
what they
we
do, right?
only get to know what their trades are 30 days after they make them, too. So they have a 30-day
No,
hold.
that shit should be like live tweeted.
Crazy.
You know,
You know who talks about this a lot? Remember
Who?
David Bakhtiari, the great left tackle for the Packers? He actually talks about this a lot. And it's why it's like actually shameless. At
Number
this point.
76.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah,
This is a great guess.
He's got
That was
the
just a great
long
guess.
hair. I think it
That
is
was just
actually.
a great guess. No, I can kind of picture it.
He's a great left tackle, and he talks about this all the time. So he's like so is it okay that people just make is this what happens? People just make 1,500% returns on their stocks, and everybody's just like, wow, good guess.
Wow.
Like, do you understand? Like, in terms of betting, all right, a call means that you think by a certain date, she did 1 year, that the price of the stock is going to go up.
Right.
So you basically say, all right, I'll bet you $1 million that the price of the stock is going to go up.
Yes.
And if the price of the stock goes up, I get 200,000. So it can be 5 to 1, it can be 6 to 1, it can be 10 to 1. So imagine betting
a mil
on 10 to 1.
with a mil, you get 10 mil.
No, you get 100,000.
Oh.
So you
10
know
the
it.
other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So betting on Nancy Pelosi's stock picks is better than betting on the Patriots in 2007. Betting on Nancy Pelosi's stock picks is like betting on the Golden State Warriors when they won 72 games.
Right.
Like she don't miss.
Yeah.
Her and Paul just don't miss. And
She's
it's
the most
such
prolific stock
Yeah.
market player ever.
It's so shameless. It's so shameless, man. And
She just can't stop, huh? You think she'd like lay low?
you would think
You know,
that's the shameless part of it.
Yeah, the balls.
And everybody's like, well, what about
The
Republicans?
gall, the
They're not in
audacity.
charge. The Republicans have no, like, there's Tommy Tuberville. He's corrupt as shit. The old coach, the old football coach. And Mitch McConnell, whatever's
Is
left
he fat,
left of
Tommy
that.
Tuberville?
Huh?
Tommy Tuberville?
Nah, skinny dude. He was the old Auburn football coach.
Uh,
Yeah. He's Alabama center now.
I know
Conference,
Baccalieri, but not the
David
other guy.
Bakhtiari, Tommy Tuberville. I got to get out of here soon.
I know. I just looked at the clock.
But yeah. So and then people are getting mad at me because I'm posting about it and that I'm like following the trades and like getting in on it. And they're like, I thought you were against this. Like, you need to stand up against this. And I'm like, all right, I am raising awareness, showing people how nuts
And
this shit
getting
is.
my fucking paper while I'm doing
What
it.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, look, I can't change the law.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to do? Take a stand? Hard to take a stand from the poorhouse.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a boat and name it Nancy. Like, you can do both. I want people to know you can do both.
Gotta
like,
build your war chest.
yeah, dog. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like, hey, man, I think it's garbage.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is garbage. And if you want my conspiracy theory on it, I think that they're almost conceding that the Biden thing is a lost cause. I think that he's so far behind that they can't even cheat him back in if he makes it to the end of the race. But the economy that we have is a bubble that makes 2008 look like a hiccup. And at some point they gotta pop it.
Right.
And I think it makes all the sense in the world for them to be like, okay, all right, you assholes want this guy for real? Okay, have him.
Yeah.
Massive recession, January 2025. Pull the plug. Blame Trump and all of his racist supporters for it, and then they'll be gone. They would have cashed out already, right? Inflation did what? Inflation made our money worth less.
So they're trying to get their paper before they're out of there.
And so if inflation made all these rich people's money worth less, what does the stock market do? Make up the difference. So they're getting theirs. And then once everyone's gotten theirs,
Pop it.
yeah, rug pull.
Cocksuckers.
I'll be 100% honest with you guys. By November, I'm so positive about this in my own mind, in my own heart, and I would fucking love to be wrong. I would love for you guys to get in the comments and make fun of me about, me being a black pill fucking idiot, right? But I'm divesting of everything by October 31st. Out there, and I think the stocks will go up after the election. I think they'll go up. But then I think there'll be a rug pull, and I'm not going to be there for that. I'm going to get out of crypto too, which is crazy.
Really?
I'm divesting. I got the heebie-jeebies, man. I got the heebie-jeebies.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to get as much as I can, and then when it's time to get going, I will
See you later.
see you later.
Yeah.
See you later, guys. Yeah, I lived through 2008 with my family. There's no, and it's just fucked, man. Because I'm a single man with no kids, you know, nothing really to lose. I can play this game. You know, the people that are their whole life savings have worked for 30 years, put money away,
Yeah.
done it the right way. They got kids. You know, they're just trying to live, man. They're kind of in the mouth of the lion and they don't know it. You know, imagine doing things the right way, not taking that vacation, not spending that money, you know, putting it away, putting it in the market, letting it grow. You and your wife are thinking about retiring. You got 5 years left and then 25% of your money gone.
For
3
more
days.
doom and gloom, check out Gerard Hates Everything. It's political jubilee.
Hey man, I mean we could do pussy and punching every day of the week here, but look, if you don't know history, you're a sucker. Just look at what happened in 2008.
Yeah.
Look at the charts. Look at 2008 and look at this chart out here. And if you are not preparing for this, I don't know what to tell you.
No,
the
dude,
whole
this
point
is a
of
good
this,
negative way to finish up. The number's going to go up. We just saw what Vanity Fair was doing. They were hate mongering and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Is this hate mongering?
I don't know. No, not really.
Just
I'm just. You know what I mean? Someone's got to keep it a little funny around here sometimes. You know what I mean? Make a little ha-has.
I'm laughing all the way to the fucking bank.
Yeah, I'm happy for you.
But you know, if you're not paying attention to it, if people aren't paying attention to it, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I think that they make it seem like it's more complicated than it is. This shit's not complicated, bro. It's fucking numbers go up, numbers go down. This shit is not complicated. They want to make it seem like it's like you need some sort of like fucking advanced degree to understand this. It's fucking roulette. It's craps.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. It's betting on a horse. And right now, do you know what NVIDIA is? No. This motherfucker's gonna be fighting until he's 67. This motherfucker is gonna be out there. Like,
Pictures and passing times. You only smile like that when you're drinking.
It keeps me on the edge where I gotta be.
Yeah.
Nah, hey, look, bro, this shit's. You know what, man? It is weird. Maybe it's like 35. I'll check back in at you at 35.
Yeah.
Like I woke up one day at
I'm
35.
like, stonks.
Diamond hands. Where you at, Candace? Candace, I need you for this. Where we at? Where we at? Yeah, like.
I'd take a nap on the desk.
Oh, bro, I love that. I love money talk though. Money talk. Money talk. I love money talk. Money talk. It's been bringing no nothing. Didn't bring it back. I tried bringing it back to Always Sunny. Money talk. That's money talk. All right.
We did a tight hour and 2, less than you normally get. But listen, Gerard's got to go smack around some softballs.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta get home and go get some rest.
Do you want announcement time or next week?
Nah.
Closer.
Yeah, we gotta wait a little.
We gotta wait a little bit for announcement.
We got some fun shit going on.
And don't fucking let me forget, Christian. This marriage thing needs to be talked about. We've been talking about it, and there's questions that everyone has, and it needs to be talked about.
I agree.
It needs to be talked about.
Oh, we got questions?
Yeah. Well, we don't have the time, bro.
Okay.
We don't have the time. You got married, man.
Yeah, dude.
You just got married.
Yeah.
You just like woke up and were like, I want to get married.
Yeah. Well, when you know, you know. I found the right person.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Found the right woman.
When is she due?
Not pregnant. Not pregnant. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You gonna knock her up though?
One day?
Yeah.
Has some super babies.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
She just
you know.
you just were like, you know what,
bro.
You know what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna get fucking married, bro.
I'm gonna put this shit on paper.
Yeah.
100. So did you take her name or did she take yours? Mickey Machado Gall?
You made that joke already.
I'm just, you know what? And I'm being a dick too, because Ian was nothing but fucking great to me. He was a great guy, and his wife's wonderful. The whole everybody's the internet's brutal. Yeah, that's me. I'm just anything for a chuckle.
Yeah,
Ian's a great guy. What do you think of that fight with Neil?
I thought he won. I thought he did a great job, keeping his distance. He fought just how I thought he'd win, just how I called it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's another guy that I don't think the internet specifically knows just how big he is in person. I think the internet thinks he's a smaller guy than he is.
You think so?
I do. I really do.
He's a tall kid.
I know. I've seen him.
Yeah.
But, I also thought you were a midge.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're way bigger than I thought you would be.
Yeah, I'm like fucking big dude, you know what I mean? I'm like fucking big dog.
That's what
I'm
he
like
said.
the house.
I
you know
knew
what
it.
I mean?
I was waiting for one of you guys.
Yeah, man. So the marriage
I was
thing,
trying to let you go.
we're gonna talk about that next time. We're gonna talk about the marriage thing next time. Yeah.
I'll give you guys all my life lessons on married life. You know what I mean? I'm so happy. I really am.
Hell yeah. I'll take us out with some music. What do you think?
So,
yeah, from YouTube,
YouTube,
that'd be great.
right?
We
So
made
we
it.
can get,
We made it this
canceled?
far. Why don't we just go ahead and get? Nope. Just get
cut it.
No, it's on the soundboard.
Just leave. Just go. We'll see you next time on Sleep.
Bye, guys. Love you. Big kiss.